We've reached the halfway point, and that means midterm grades. We'll assign grades to the Guardians players, coaches, and even the front office. Then it's time to talk about the offense, or lack thereof. We'll play a game I like to call Whose Slash Line Is It Anyway? And we'll discuss if there's actually a way to turn things around. Then, we'll provide some updates on our reinforcements and what to expect from this point on with promotions and other transactions. All that and more, coming up right now.
3 guys, 2 generations, 1 baseball team. Just when you thought there were too many mediocre Guardians podcasts, we're here to bring you one more. This is the Die Hard Guards podcast with your hosts Brent, Tim, and Zian.
This is the Die Hard Guards podcast. I'm your host, Brent, here with my father, Tim.
Hi.
And my brother, Zian.
Hello.
Today's episode is brought to you, as always, by our friends at FOCO. FOCO is one of the leading manufacturers of officially licensed sports collectibles. They have incredible product options from bobbleheads to apparel and more. Find the best Cleveland Guardians gear at FOCO.com. That's FOCO.com. Or click on the link in the description below and use code DHGuards10 to save 10% at checkout. Offer applies to in-stock FOCO products only. Pre-order items do not apply. Find your fandom with FOCO.
Do you think their bobbleheads have a better batting average as a team than ours?
Oh, boy. Well, considering they just
because they do have good bobbleheads.
I'm pretty sure they just put out the Shohei Ohtani World Series bobblehead.
It must be
So
nice
yes,
to
they definitely have a
celebrate
better
World Series.
Maybe
yeah.
we could sign
Their bobbleheads definitely
the
have a better
Shohei
batting
Ohtani
average.
bobblehead.
I don't
to come
think we
play
could
for us.
afford it,
No, gosh, no.
even with our discount.
Okay.
But you get 10% off with DH Guards 10.
Can anyone out there tell how the show's going to go? Just
So here's what I want to do. Hang on. Before we get down in the dumps. What
we
I
are
wanna
down
do,
in the dumps.
We're going to start.
What are you talking about?
We're going to start a new weekly tradition here. Okay? We're going to try to keep it as positive as possible. So from now on, I want to start the show with our Good Vibes Guard of the Week. Okay?
Good vibes guard of the week.
You can't cheat. No minor leaguers.
Okay.
No minor leaguers.
All right.
So wait.
Big leaguers, hang on. Big leaguers, big league coaches, or front office members.
The coach
Okay?
front.
Those, you can choose from any of those.
Okay.
Okay? So I'll start it off.
Okay.
My Good Vibes Guard of the Week is Logan Allen. For one reason and one reason only.
Great
Because
vibes. Yep.
his Sunday start was phenomenal. 6 innings pitched, 6 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 3 earned runs.
Yep.
And I thought he did a phenomenal job. So, ultimately, his 97 ERA plus, I think, has been more than good enough for our number 5 starter with all the injuries and everything that we've had. And he's on pace to make 30 starts this year with 150 or more innings. So, good for him.
Yep.
And if he doesn't get bumped, obviously, which
Yeah.
there's a very strong likelihood that he does get bumped from the rotation.
No, but you're right. I mean, Logan looked good. He looked good in that start.
All right.
I mean,
So,
all right. Listen, I'll go next.
go for it.
All right.
Deep breath.
Due to the fact that we are only 3-7 in our last 10 games, it's very difficult to pick anyone
I wish we
from a
could hit
team
3 for 7.
from a
That
team
was our
that's
batting average
3-7
As good as our record.
in the last 10 that has dropped 11 back in the division. Oh, I'm sorry, we're going with the good vibe. Okay.
Good vibes guard of
Good
the
vibes.
week.
Okay, my good vibes guard of the week is Kyle Manzardo. Kyle Manzardo made, as of last week, we were talking about Kyle hoping that he could turn this thing around, get back to being the hitter we all believe he can be this week. In his last 7 games, a little longer than a week, he went 273 with a 304 on base, and he has a couple home runs in there. So that is a positive considering where we have been with some of our younger hitters. Kyle's been our positive hitter of the week for sure.
Way to go, Kyle.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, now, take it easy.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
who is your good vibes guard of the week?
I gotta say, my good vibes guard of the week has to be Tristan McKenzie because he doesn't have to hang out with all these losers in this clubhouse.
Tristan
that
McKenzie.
can't hit and
Wait.
can't pitch.
Didn't he just get assigned to Columbus?
I don't know.
I thought I heard something about that. I don't know.
Okay, I thought the rules were
Oh,
you had to pick a big leaguer
oh,
who is on the right, like right
Good
now
catch.
playing. That's cheating.
oh, okay.
Do it the right way. Play by the rules.
You could pick a front office member.
Play by the rules.
Oh, a front office member.
Yeah, don't you have a friend here today that just wants to talk?
Well,
about-
I just think Chris Antonetti, he's doing a great job out there. He's really trying. He's really built this team up for the past couple of years. He's really trying to build a winner out there.
Sir,
Sir.
who
Yeah.
are you? What is
Sir.
your name?
Would
Sir?
you like to introduce yourself?
My name doesn't really matter. Listen, Chris
Who just
Antonetti-
burst into our
Chris
studio?
Antonetti, he's really trying hard. He's built this team over the past 8 years. We haven't had any bads now,
listen-
but he's in a small market like Cleveland. It's hard to acquire the kind of player that you need. You know,
Okay, sir.
All right, you're
He is-
officially banned
Sir,
from the
we're gonna
podcast.
have to ask you to leave.
I just want to say before I gotta
premises.
go, Chris Antonetti,
Before we
I
call the
love you.
police.
I love you. You're beautiful. You're so handsome, Chris Antonetti. You're so good at
He is a
baseball.
good-looking
You're so
fellow.
knowledgeable.
But sir,
Hey, where are you taking me? Hey,
sir,
hey.
get him out of here. Somebody take him out. Security.
Yeah, we can't hire security. We don't make enough money.
I like how we went to Chris Antonetti's looks. That was good.
Well, he got nothing else
He's
going
a good-looking
for him, I'll tell
guy,
you
but
that.
right
Talk
now,
about
yeah, he
his
doesn't have
brain.
baseball
Good
going
Lord.
for him. Yeah.
Tell you, he can talk in a circle, can he?
Well, listen, I'll tell you
All
what.
right, it's supposed to be good vibes.
Let's speak to that good vibes.
It's
listen,
supposed to be good
Listen,
vibes.
here I'll tell you what. Chris Antonetti went on, and I think it was before Saturday's game. Was it? He had a press conference before Saturday's game.
Yes.
And
in which he told us all to shut up.
He basically
no,
understands.
Chris, you shut up.
No, listen. He understands the players are under a lot of heat right now.
Because
The fans are not happy. Zian, the fans are not happy. We get it. We get you're not happy. All right, but
You want to hear?
he at the very least. Listen, he at
You
the
want to hear a fun stat?
no.
Oh wait.
Listen, don't.
We're gonna talk
This
a
is
lot
the good
about
time.
stats here.
This is the good time. This is the good vibe.
Yeah, good vibes,
of
good
the show.
vibes.
Okay, Antonetti went in front of the press and said, "Hey, listen, we know we're not playing well right now, but I believe in our guys. Listen, he knows right now that this team is not good.
He understands that sometimes you have to lie.
But no, listen, it wasn't about lying. It was about listen. He went out there to say, I think he was trying to inspire a little bit and say, hey, you know what? We know it's a rough time. We know people aren't playing well, but we believe in you. We believe in this team. We put these guys together for a reason. We think they can play. But it's the response that we had dropping both games in the way we did drop both games.
You know,
After he held that press conference, that leads me to believe he does not feel that way on Monday.
so a couple
He doesn't
things.
feel the same
Agreed.
way he did on Saturday right now. And he may not have felt that way on Saturday, but at least he was trying to stick up for his team. I don't know what he's going to do now.
A couple things about that. Number one, I don't have a problem with the front office and the coaching staff saying these are our guys, we're sticking with them.
I agree.
Because
I agree.
that's the type of culture that Cleveland baseball has built, right?
And
you
not to
trust
men-
your guys.
Yeah.
You put them on the field for a reason. I get it. Totally get that.
And not to mention the fact that the locker room is probably a good locker room. Like I believe there's a lot of good guys
I
here.
would say, as of right now, it's not as good as it has been. in
No,
the past.
not when you're losing like this. No.
You're not seeing. I mean, I know a lot of people have been mentioning post game after a win. Generally, the guys get on social media and they post to their stories, and you're seeing fun stuff in the clubhouse, and they're going out to eat and they're having a good time and they're joking around, and you're not seeing that at all this year.
Well, the key word to that was you said after a win.
After a win, well,
so we're struggling to
honestly,
get those right now.
You're still hovering
We're
around
struggling to get
500.
Listen, I understand we are still around 500. Our division is terrible, but if you don't win our division, you're not going to the playoffs. And I'm sorry, the culture in Cleveland is make the playoffs. It is like a non-playoff making run of a season is a loss for us.
So basically,
it's not good.
Just to sum up the Chris Antonetti TV interview and his little press conference that he did, we're just gonna leave it as he came out to stick up for his guys, which is what he's supposed to do.
Yep.
But don't read into it. Don't act like he's all of a sudden right for not bringing up these prospects.
No, agreed. And that's where we get stuck.
You take it with a grain of salt.
Right, and that's where we get stuck trying to stay positive on the show, right?
Right.
We
So much for the good vibes guard of the week.
Yeah, we firmly believe that you gotta at some point you gotta make moves, right? And I understand we don't make moves with the big money like LA does and New York does and all these teams. We try, if we don't make smart moves, if we don't make moves where we're trying to bring young talent into the fold and try to help, you're not only going to lose this year, but you have now.
You're setting yourself up for failure.
Right. You're setting yourself up for failure in the future. So that's why we hit them hard with how many at bats do you need in the minor leagues to know you're a good hitter or not.
So,
I don't get it. I don't get our 1,500, 2,000 at bat guys.
Right.
I think we're ruining them. That's why we keep saying it.
With that in mind, let's transition here. Let's get to our halfway grades. Okay, our midterm grades here for the Cleveland Guardians.
Who are we grading?
So we have 4 categories here. So let's start with player grades. I mean I can start, but
okay. Listen, we got three guys, at least 3 guys on our roster right now. Jose, Steve, and Quan are going to make the All-Star team. All right, you got 2 guys who are going to make the All-Star team.
Yep. I mean, and they get an A+.
And Cade Smith should make the All-Star team.
Cade Smith, in comparison with last year, is probably sitting around an A-.
Yeah, but he should make the All-Star team. So anytime you're playing a season where you should make the All-Star team, you should get an A. All right, so we got 3 guys. Class A, I mean, he hasn't had enough opportunities for saves, to be quite frankly, to be in position to make the All-Star team. He might make it because he is Class A. I mean, everybody knows him. Everybody knows who he is. So he might make the All-Star team too. But right now, I mean, you got to give him an A, I guess, because he's still a dominant closer.
So overall, as we'll say as a 26-man roster, what would you give them as far as their midterm grade goes?
I think right where we're at in the standings, a C-.
Yeah,
right.
I mean,
that's where I'm at.
That.
We got a C-. And if we're just if we're just looking at the offense, or are we just looking at the team as a whole?
Just the team as a whole.
The C-.
Team as a whole.
C-.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say a D, because I expected them to probably not make the playoffs this year, but this is just a really disappointing stretch.
So I agree with that.
Yeah, but you can't grade them based on the stretch.
I agree.
As a whole half of a season.
No, because this is one of the worst stretches we've seen in this era of Cleveland baseball.
Yeah, that's true.
I agree with grading them based on expectation. That being said, my expectation over the course of the first half of this season has really shifted. And I think a lot of it has to do with you're seeing a lot of guys' true colors. You're seeing pretty much what these guys are. They're kind of hitting their professional ceiling here, a lot of them. And the writing's on the wall for most of them, really. I mean, so if you would have told me that we would be 2 games under 500 with and gone down the list of injuries and
8 pitchers out, right.
You know, I would have said, okay, we're not playing terrible ball, but obviously if you tell me that we're 11 games back in the division, I'm telling you that okay, it's time to blow it up. That being said, I would give them a solid C. Because at the start of the year, you know, obviously everybody's positive and they kind of see where this team could go, the heights that they could reach. And now you're seeing what they are. I mean, there was a quote, I don't know how recent, it was either last week, maybe the week before, where I think it was Stephen Vogt that said, this team's still searching for an identity. Well, when you hit 81 games, you are what you are.
Yeah.
You're not, you may go on a hot stretch in the second half, but you are what your numbers say you are after 81 games.
I agree. But listen, I think there's a caveat.
That's your identity. At this point, this is your identity. Your identity is you are not hitting the ball well, and there's nothing coming to save you and turn things around at this point.
Right, and that's the problem, right? Because there's a caveat to that. You make a point, right? You are what you are at 81 games, 82 games. You are what you are. But in our case, right, we had so much pitching missing from our lineup.
Poor pitching, yes,
Yeah,
agreed.
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 So much pitching is missing from our lineup. And offensively, no one expect us to be this bad.
No, but I think that's
I mean,
the problem.
We are really,
I think
really
that's-
struggling. Like
that's the
if you're
issue.
just grading our offense, we are failing grade.
The
Like
fact
we're the bottom half of the league.
Right.
We are a failing grade on offense. Pitching, even our starting pitching, which we had a little bit higher hopes for, and our bullpen pitching, which we all had. Listen, we all had you couldn't even reach the heights of what we expected from our bullpen.
Right.
And then to not have the guys play that aren't playing, and then for it not to perform the way we all had hoped, because we understood that we needed to get these small leads. We knew, right? We were going to win 3-2 games. We were going to win 4-3 games, 2-1 games, 1-0. We
that's
knew
guards
that was
ball.
going to
That's
happen.
what they keep telling us.
But we can't. Number one, we can't limit that number of runs anymore because our pitching isn't as good as it was last year, and our starting pitching just isn't. It's good, but not great. Our bullpen is good, not great this year. Last year it was literally like world class. Like it was as good as you could get. We were spoiled by the bullpen last year. This year to have those same expectations on the bullpen, I agree. It's not feasible to do that back-to-back years, but especially with guys hurt. But now here we are, right?
Right.
Now here we are with an offense struggling. I mean, just miserably struggling. So when your offense has an F and you're still getting a C- grade, I mean, you still have some hope. Like
There's something there, and we know there's something there. But
what do we got to turn around? It's our bat. Like we got to get some runs. We got to get some
Right.
support going for this team.
And we're gonna get into this a little bit later. I don't want to take up too much time on this. But one last thing I will say about player grades is we have talent in the minor leagues that, even if it doesn't pan out, probably gives you more production than what you're getting right now. That's where I'll leave that.
Well, but they've been there for 2 years, and they could have given you production better than what you're getting right now. So
Absolutely.
It's whatever.
Coaching staff grades. This one is a little interesting for me. Obviously, you're in your second year, kind of maybe a sophomore slump type thing. I think one of the big knocks for me is I don't think – I think we've talked about this before. They trust their guys to a fault. And you can kind of afford to, though, when you're playing near 500 ball. And unfortunately, we're not going to see a better product until these guys really start to tank, because our coaching staff is just going to stick with them.
Well, I don't even know if it's the coaching staff, to be honest with you. I think the front office has a lot to do with putting this roster together and deciding who's going to be in the dugout every night and who's not.
Yeah.
I don't know that Vogt and his group have final say in who's getting into that dugout. I just think they have to play who's there. So, and if you're looking at this roster and you're looking at these batting averages over the last 10 games, who are you putting in?
Well, I think that's part of the problem.
I don't
reason
know if I
why
can blame I don't know if I can blame the coaching staff in the dugout, but
Yeah.
I will say that Grant Fink and Brad Goldberg, the two hitting coaches, the head hitting coach and the assistant hitting coach, right at this point, you have to be sitting in the dugout going, when am I going to get let go? Because they're not hitting. Nobody's hitting. I mean, Jose, you didn't teach Jose anything. You didn't teach Stephen Kwan anything. They just are who they are. But you got a bunch of young players who are struggling, bouncing back and forth from AAA and back up.
Well, to be fair, I do think
there's not much happening there that's making it seem like it's getting better. So I don't know. I don't know who's to blame. But as far as the coaching staff goes, I would give the hitting team, the hitting coaches, not a great grade.
I think a lot of that though is level of ability. I think we've overinflated.
I think there's a confidence level there, though.
Overinflated the talent level of some of the guys on this roster. No. So I think our expectations of some of them have been
other
way
teams
overblown.
Have players who don't perform in the minors and they come up and they hit.
I totally agree with that.
We have players who overperform in the minors and they come up and they don't hit. And that's coaching. I don't think that's talent.
This specific roster that we have put together this year, I think a lot of guys, like I said, have reached their ceiling.
There are some guys who are just bad.
Okay, listen.
Listen,
I'm just gonna say this. There is a mental part to baseball that is very difficult to overcome, no matter what level of player you are. And the hitting coaches, so every player who makes it to the big leagues, all right, is a really good player, okay? Or you wouldn't have made it to the big leagues because you worked for years to get here, okay? Especially in an organization like ours that you have to have 2,000 minor league at-bats just to get a shot. You worked, okay, to get here. So your talent level is, okay, you might not be like all-star level guy in the batter's box, but you're a good enough player to be in the major leagues. I think a good coaching staff, a good batting coaching staff, I think it's more about finding what works for you and creating a confidence level for you so you're at your ultimate confidence level with understanding who you are as a hitter and what you can do. And I think we spend too much time trying to force feed players into a role of how they should hit instead of playing to their strengths and building their confidence as hitters.
We just talked about it last week with Tyler
fail.
Freeman.
Yeah. And last week, that's why I brought up Tyler Freeman, right? He leaves the organization, and now he's being the player he had been throughout the entire minor leagues. He's being that player again, and suddenly he's hitting 300, and he's leading this team, and they're a terrible team, but he's a really good player on a terrible team. If he was with us, he never broke 220 hitting. I mean, he was just struggling every time he came up. And I really believe it's the approach of the coaches creating the confidence in hitters, not so much every hitter is a great hitter, but it's that confidence that you understand who you are as a hitter and you're able to go out and perform to that.
This has been a problem since like Valleca and stuff, though. I think
since before him.
No, honestly. But I mean, I think our front office brings in these types of coaches to coach a certain way.
I agree.
Well, when you promote from within, they tend to have a similar organizational philosophy.
Valleca didn't come from within; he was on the.
No,
coach.
I'm saying with Grant Fink and those guys and Goldberg, but they wanted to keep everybody they wanted to keep from a systematic standpoint, they wanted to keep it very similar, and I wish they would have made more wholesale changes.
Yeah,
I think
we
baseball,
haven't
and
developed
I thought they did. I thought
similar.
No
anymore.
matter what you do, baseball at the plate, baseball is an individualist game. At the plate, it is you alone at the plate, and you have to be comfortable with what you're doing, or you will not be successful. If you're uncomfortable with what you're trying to do at the plate in the big leagues, they are going to expose you over and over and over again.
The number one thing, and I don't know who I can attribute this quote to. So I won't quote it directly, but somewhere along the way I heard that the number one thing about baseball is you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yes.
And if you are not comfortable being uncomfortable, that's when you can't make adjustments and you ultimately fail.
And I'll give you an example. I'll give you a little example, right? So Kyle Schwarber. Okay, here's a guy. He knows who he is. Kyle Schwarber, I don't care what team he's played on. I don't care who he's playing with. It doesn't matter.
And there's no one telling him otherwise.
Kyle Schwarber is going to be the guy he is. He's going to strike out. He's going to hit home runs, and he is going to take walks. That is what he's going to do. Okay. And it doesn't matter the situation. It doesn't matter anything about the game. Listen, they have hit him leadoff. Now he's hitting cleanup. They have and no matter where he hit in the lineup, he never changed who he was. He didn't try to become a leadoff hitter. He didn't try. I think that's our problem as an organization. We're trying to find the number 4 or the 5 hitter. We're trying to find the number 2 hitter. We want Stephen Kwan to be the number leadoff hitter. And we got to stop doing that. Play to their strengths. Play to the player's strength. Have confidence at the plate. Know who you are. Know what you like to hit and attack that.
The draft strategy and the signing strategy for this team over the last decade have been find high contact guys who walk, who don't chase, and try to add power to their profile. Obviously, you can't do that.
No.
You're taking Tyler Freeman and trying to turn him into a pulled fly ball merchant.
I mean, we went pretty we went pretty deep in the playoffs last year. Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
We didn't exactly tear the cover off the ball hitting home runs all season.
No,
I can tell you that.
What did they call us? They said slap hitting something goblins. Is that what something like that?
Whatever they want to call it, whatever the big markets want to call it.
And the organization started to call it. They self-proclaimed it guards ball.
Well,
how
come we're
doing
not
that?
Playing guards ball?
We're not doing it.
Like I said, I don't care who you hit number 2, right? We've tried every possible human being on the planet at hitting number 2 for the Guardians this year. All right, whether it be David Fry or Lane Thomas or Martinez or Nolan Jones, everybody's been in there. Okay, Manzardo, everybody. But my thing is, stop trying to find a number 2 hitter. Just find a guy who's comfortable hitting 2 and being himself.
How about just
playing
find
his
the guy
best?
who
Just
can hit
and leave him there.
At number
Just
2?
leave him there.
Let's just hit. Then we can work on batting order and
Kyle
the proper
Manzardo's that
way
guy
to
right now. Yeah, Kyle
go
Manzardo's
about
that guy right
situational
now.
baseball, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, and it doesn't even matter where you hit in the lineup. Just be you and understand who you are as a hitter. Hit like that. Be that guy.
So overall, I'm going to give the coaching staff a D+. And
I really do think the hitting staff is bringing that down.
Probably,
bringing it down a little bit.
but also, there have been questionable moments with Stephen Vogt, and a lot of it is him learning, so it's not totally fair.
Again,
and I think he's a good coach.
I
have no problems with Stephen Vogt.
I have no problems with them all, and it's because we have so many pitchers hurt. The lineup, who's in the dugout, he has to play. It's that simple.
Yep.
Do I think the front office has the right guys in the dugout? I don't. I don't believe they do. I think there's guys that could help.
All of you listening feel the same way.
That's right.
And it's been public knowledge now for the last few weeks.
But Stephen Vogt is standing up for his guys. He's standing up for the guys he has in the locker room right now.
And that's why the grade's not an F.
And he is trying his best to put a lineup out there that'll do something. But I think we're approaching these players and their confidence wrong.
What's your coaching staff grade?
C. I don't think coaching has mattered.
Fair enough. Yeah, there's a lot.
I think a lot of it is the players just not being any good.
I get it. What about you?
I'm going to go C- with the coaching staff, and I think the hitting staff not good. I think you're at a D right now.
Okay. Front office grades. Let's run through this pretty quick. I generally like what the front office does. They don't make enough moves for my liking year to year. I think they could afford to be a lot more aggressive in every aspect. They do what they can with what they have. I know that's kind of a cop-out. I'm still giving specifically Antonetti and Mike Chernoff a D because they're holding on to these prospects that could be building up to help you in the long run, but also turn this thing around with some energy.
And listen, when we say moves, all right, we get it. You're not going to go out and trade for Mike Trout or Shohei Ohtani or any. Or Juan Soto's not coming to town.
There are affordable moves that can be made.
Right.
Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
There's guys out there who could help, and it's up to us to try to make those moves to make that happen. We have pieces that we could move. All right. But in our minor league system, there are guys right now who could be up. And that's the shame of it. Who should be up. And that's the shame of it. We still try to follow the business model. We still try to maintain control for as long as we can. And it hurts us as fans because we should be in this playoff hunt. We have enough talent. We have enough bats in our system to be in this hunt.
We're still only somehow like 2 games out of the wild card.
But we're sitting on them for longevity while we waste Jose's prime all-star Hall of Fame career.
We've already wasted 8 years of Jose realistically us not winning anything.
I mean, really,
last year we weren't going to beat the Yankees or the Dodgers.
I mean, to be honest with you, Jose is a Cleveland guy. He signed with Cleveland for way less than he could have signed or should have signed. I'm surprised his agent didn't tackle him when he grabbed the pen to sign the contract, to be honest with you. I'm surprised his agent didn't just tackle him and take him to the ground. But the reality of it is he stayed, and he stayed with the full, help me win, and our front office is letting him down. They are letting him down.
Agreed. So my overall grade, I have to give him a C-. Not terrible, but,
I think it's a D because we just haven't done a thing. We haven't done a thing. They haven't made a small move, haven't made a large move, haven't brought anybody up. You haven't done a thing.
Our big move was trading Tyler Freeman for Nolan Jones.
And that's backfired.
Work.
That backfired. So
What's
it's a
your
D.
It's an F.
F?
They are the worst front office in baseball outside of the Rockies right now.
Fair enough. Whew.
That was a rough one.
So we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we are going to play our very first game. A little game show action for you right on the other side of this break. If you're serious about your game, you've got to check out 44 Pro. They make fully customizable baseball or softball gear made with pro-level quality. And the best part? You design it your way. From colors to stitching, every detail is yours to choose. And here's a bonus. Use the code DHGuards25, that's DHGUARDS25, and get 25% off now through the end of July. Order today and get great custom gear delivered right to your door. Click the link in the episode description below and start creating your gear. 44 Pro. Custom is better.
25% off.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. This is Whose /Line Is It Anyway?
What's going on with the music?
You weren't expecting this?
You guys hear that?
This is great.
Are we going to get sued?
We're going to get sued
Yes,
for
we
using
are.
this music.
Whose /Line Is It Anyway? The game where contestants have to guess, is it a slugging percentage or a batting average for the month of June?
Oh, no.
All right, so I'm going to throw out some numbers here. And you guys have to tell me, is this a slugging percentage for the month of June or a batting average for the month of June?
All right.
All right?
What do you got?
So
Are you going to give us the player?
I'm going to say a number. No, I'm going to say a number.
Okay.
You guys are each going to guess. Is it a slugging percentage? Is it a batting average? Then I'll give you the player,
Okay.
and then we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Okay?
Do we have
So-
do we have amount of time before we have to answer these?
No, well, I
Like
mean,
Jeopardy?
it's
we have to
50-50.
buzz in?
You either say slugging percentage or batting average.
Okay.
It's not that difficult.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
All right. So, number 1, 260. Is it a slugging percentage or a batting average?
Wait, is this for the month or is this
For the month.
Okay.
This is as a
That's
team?
a batting
The
average.
month of
Is
June.
this as a team?
No,
this is a whole
this is
team or an
is
individual
this-
player?
Individual player.
That's a batting
260.
average. I'm going to say it's
Like, I don't understand the context
Arias
here.
as a batting average.
260. I'm throwing out the number.
Are
You
putting-
tell me.
Are you giving us
is
a player
it,
name?
Something.
I will after you guess.
I want the second clue. Is it a player? Give me a player name.
No way.
260.
260. Is it a slugging percentage or a batting average for the month of June?
Batting average.
Wrong. It is the slugging percentage of Carlos Santana for the month of June.
Ouch.
What's his batting average?
His batting average is 169.
Ugh, he had a good May.
That's pretty nice.
Well, you know,
Uh,
anyway, moving on.
that hurts.
Coming up next.
Well, he gets hot when the weather gets warmer.
Here,
Don't worry about
here we go. Here's a good one. 278. Is it a slugging percentage or a batting average for the month of June?
I think it's unfair you're not giving us a name.
Well, you did. The last one was the slugging percentage, so this one's going to be a batting average. That's how game shows work.
Ding, ding, ding. Well done. Well done. 278 is the batting average of Stephen Kwan, who
Pretty
was
low for
sporting
him.
a 389 slug.
You know,
That's also pretty low.
this
That's
game
not
show. I
great.
don't know. You're no Drew Carey.
Moving
What
on.
can you say about your slugging percentage, but not your girlfriend?
Moving on.
Boom. He's here all week, folks.
Here we go. 259. Is it a slugging percentage or a batting average?
Batting average.
Slugging percentage.
It's a batting average.
Yeah.
Kyle Manzardo hit 259 for the month of
1
June.
point for me.
It's still not great.
He carried a
It's
463
above league
slug.
average.
It's all right.
It's above league
He's
average.
getting there. Yeah,
We'll take it.
I wanted to throw him on there because I wanted to show the progression. He's getting better.
That's right.
And we've been talking about it.
That's right.
Keep an eye on him. All right. Next up, 292.
That's for
We
sure.
know
Is it a
that's-
slugging
We
percentage?
know that's not a batting average.
Or
That's
a
for
batting
sure.
average?
Wait. Time out. Hold on. Jose and Quan both had decent Junes.
No,
Not the
292
greatest last
decent
week.
Junes.
Not the greatest final week of June, but
That's a slugging. I'm pretty sure. of
okay, yeah, I'm going slugger percentage.
Well done.
it. Yeah.
292 is the slugging percentage of Bo Naylor in the month of June.
Oh, yeah, that's
Ooh.
really, really good.
His batting average was 146.
That's great. Really good.
Okay.
It's a good thing we don't have pitchers in the lineup anymore.
This
We
is
just
a-
have 4 pitchers in
Guys,
the
this
lineup.
game show is way more depressing than I thought it would be.
Yeah, well, this isn't
It was a lot
fun.
of fun.
Not
This
gonna
isn't
lie.
fun at
Good
all.
time.
Oh, here we go. Here's a good one. Here.
I should bring my friend back. He should do the game
Let's
show.
do okay, here's a really good one. 301.
There's no
Is
way
it a
this is
slugging
batting
percentage or a batting average?
Listen, I think we know that no one hit 301 for us in the month of June. I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna say it's slugging.
I'm gonna say it's slugging.
Wrong.
What?
Jose
Jose
Ramirez.
Ramirez. I
hit
knew it.
301
I knew Jose was
with
gonna
a
burn me.
446 slug in the month of
I
June.
knew Jose was gonna burn me
He's
there on that
pretty
one.
good. I didn't think Jose would.
Thank
be
you,
on
Jose. Thank you, Jose, for bringing us some hope in the month of June.
All right. Moving on. Let's go with. Oh, here we go. Here is a good one. 304. Is it a slugging percentage or a batting average?
That's a
anyone-
slugging
Yeah, I don't
percentage.
think anyone hit better than Jose. So
No,
I'm gonna guess
I
the
don't. I'm
slugging
fairly
percentage.
positive.
Ding, ding, ding. Well done. Angel Martinez slugged 304.
Not good.
Not great.
It's above our team average. It looks like right now, though.
All right.
Yeah.
We've got one left. This is the most difficult. Okay? And then we have a bonus round.
Oh God.
All right? So here we go. Final question. 270. Is it a slugging percentage or a batting average for the month of June?
I'm
Did
going.
we have any?
I'm going. Stephen Kwan's batting average.
We already did Stephen Kwan's batting average.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay. They can't all hit 270.
It's gotta be a slugging percentage. I can't imagine unless it's like
Gabriel Arias, maybe. Maybe hit 270.
no
For the month.
He only had a good week. His month was
He
pretty
had a
bad.
couple. He wasn't bad. He was
And
probably
he
our
didn't
second.
have a good week.
He's
He
probably
had
the
a
second
pretty
best hitter in the
bad
last week.
It turns out at the end of the week.
What do you think?
I'm gonna say slugging.
Slugging.
Well done. 270 is the slugging percentage of David Fry for the month of June. He hit 162.
It can
All-Star
probably-
David
it can-
Fry.
listen, we still got to give Fry another month to get going here.
We
All
should
right.
have given him another month in
Here-
the minors.
Yeah, well,
Rehab.
he may
probably-
still get there.
Yeah.
He may
we
still
keep
get there.
we keep saying we want everyone to be up
Yeah.
from AAA. David should have stayed there for a
Yeah,
little
he-
while longer.
He
Yeah.
needed a little more cooking.
Needs some more bats.
Okay, so here's the bonus round. For this one, I'm going to say the number. Okay. I want you to guess, is it a slugging percentage or is it a batting average? But then I want you to tell me who you think it is.
I already know.
Okay?
Because there's one specific name we haven't talked about yet.
All right. 367.
367.
That is clearly a slugging percentage, and I'm going to say it is. Oh boy. I'm going to say it's Kyle Manzardo.
I'm going to say it's Chase DeLauder's batting average last month.
Correct. Chase DeLauder.
You guys set me up.
I know. I had no idea. I really
set
didn't
me
have
up for
any
that one.
idea. I was just guessing.
Correct. For the month of June, Chase DeLauder hitting 367 with a 550 slug. And that'll do it for whose last line is it anyway. Remember, get your pets spayed and neutered.
I can't believe that.
That's too good.
How depressing was that game?
Okay.
Golly.
A lot of fun.
That's rough.
We got to move along now. Come on.
Boy, we're going to take another break. And when we come back, we're going to go through some updates on some injured guys, maybe a few prospects, maybe Chase DeLauder. Maybe we'll just continue to talk about him over and over and over again until something happens, because that's what it seems like. You do nothing but constantly talk about Chase DeLauder.
He is the bright spot.
So the number was too good. I thought it was going to be a Lane Thomas one. So
See?
then I was like, the number's too
See?
good. It's definitely Chase
Well,
DeLauder.
so here, actually, Lane Thomas in the month of June slugged 444.
Yeah.
So, you know, I can't
never
really
liked that Jay-Z album. So.
I can't really knock him for that. And Nolan Jones slugged 349. Not great, but not,
Yeah.
not bad. So
Rough month.
So we'll be right back after this break. Buying tickets shouldn't feel like a game of hidden fees and surprise markups. That's why we use TickPick. Whenever it's concerts,
Whenever, every time.
every single
it's a
time it's
concert.
concerts,
All
sports,
the
or
time.
theater, TickPick makes it easy to find great seats at fair prices without those sneaky service fees. What you see is what you pay. It's fast, it's easy, and honestly, it's the only trustworthy site to buy tickets. I screwed up this ad. All you have to do is find the link in the episode description and start saving. It's really that simple with TickPick. Same seats, better prices. Okay, well, we're almost through this show.
Oh, can I give you guys one more really fun stat?
Is this the one that I posted?
Did you post it?
Is this the one?
3
Okay.
hit
Yes.
games?
That's the most interaction we've gotten on our social media.
Really?
Because
Since
no
we
one
started
listens
the
to this
podcast.
show.
We've
If
got
you're
hundreds.
listening to this show,
Wait, no, but
We
it
got,
updates
I think we have
today.
like 150. Oh, I know. I
Did you post it
I
today?
posted the update.
It's 11.
I updated it.
We had 10 in all of 2021.
All
The
right,
year
so
we
go
got-
ahead. Go ahead.
All right, so
read through it.
we have had 11 games this year
As of today.
where we have had 3 or fewer hits. And I know what people are going to say. They're going to be like, we walk a little bit. You can't score runs by walking. Those walks have to be hit in. That's how you score a run. That's why we've only scored.
well, we don't.
We've been shut out 3 times the past week. But in all of 2021, the year we got no hit 3 times.
Hit 3 times, folks.
We only had 10 games that season, the whole season, where we had 3 or fewer hits.
And
And
that's-
we're already at 11
So
right
that
now.
year,
We're halfway there, and we're already at 11.
that season was hard. It was tough to get through because you kind of knew you weren't going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know, it was a brutal year, really. And you got no hit 3 times.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
this
this is bad.
team
This
is
is bad.
really bad.
Yeah. So
Even in comparison.
I think part of the struggle in watching this happen is, again, we're spoiled by last year's team, the way they played, the confidence they played with. I mean, we went through skids last year. We lost 2-3 games in a row, but I mean, you didn't expect to lose 5, maybe 6. Like right now, if they lost 6 in a row, we'd all go, yeah, You know, I mean, that's bad to get to that point where you feel like this team can't win, like this team is not capable. And the fact that we are in second place in the division, you know, we're just a couple games now below 500. I mean, it's shocking considering the atmosphere right now around the team and what's happening. It's shocking that we're in that position. So here we go, right?
Well, quick
what could
live
happen?
look.
What could happen? It could turn it around.
Quick live look at, since I posted that, we are at 154 likes.
Yeah.
And I don't even think we have 100 followers yet on Twitter.
Yeah.
And it's still going. I'm still getting notifications.
Let's go, people.
4 bookmarks even.
Let's go.
I don't know what you're
What are you
bookmarking.
bookmarking that?
And
for?
listen to
Saving
the
that
show.
one for later, I guess.
And just stick around and listen to us ramble on the show. What you know, come on.
It doesn't get much better than this, folks. Deal
All right.
with it.
So here we are. What in the world is out there in the Guardians universe that could help
In the Guardians galaxy.
We're kind of in the
Galaxy
current
of the
MCU
Guardians.
where
The
it's
galaxy
all
of
just
the
kinda
us?
bad.
Guardians.
Galaxy of the Guardians.
We're at the
Interesting.
end of Endgame where it's like, man, all these movies.
After he
kinda suck.
snapped.
Yeah.
These
After
movies
he
aren't-
snapped.
I have no
That's-
interest
but
in
I
watching
feel
any of
like
these movies.
We're
Listen.
at the point where Thanos just snapped.
No,
and it
no.
seems like our offense
we're at the
disappeared.
real world point where the movies ended, and now you're like, I don't care about any of these movies.
Here's how I feel like I'm Doctor Strange, and I have just looked at 14 million possibilities, and I know.
And not one of them.
I know how to fix this thing,
Not one.
but Antonetti isn't listening. We know. We're talking on this show every week about how to fix this.
I hope the Superman movie's good.
Well, it was filmed in Cleveland, so odds are it's not going to be any good.
Ooh,
There's not gonna be a lot of hits.
It's not going to be a big hit.
Well,
Okay.
I'll tell you what. There's not swinging and missing in that movie, so I think they used a lot of CGI when they were filming on the field.
All right. So listen, let's go through what's out there.
All right.
Where are we at? Shane Bieber.
Shane
number one.
Bieber.
Shane Bieber.
Well, he got hurt, and then he came back, and then he got hurt again. But then he kind of
Immediately.
didn't get hurt.
And then he pitched while he was hurt,
Then he
and he
pitched-
pitched like the best pitcher in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the worst
Here's
part.
the update. He threw 25 pitches this week, and he's progressing to live batting practice this
And-
upcoming week.
And how about they showed him during a game pitching? He pitched it pregame.
And he has a
didn't do it during the game.
mustache and everything, and the whole thing.
They
is
showed him
just too
pitching in
much.
the bullpen, throwing his 25 pitches in the bullpen, and yeah, it's like getting everybody's hopes up.
Gosh.
Listen, we're not at best. And quite frankly, I don't know if they should even bring him back this year, to be honest with you. But at best,
If I was him,
you're
no,
looking.
absolutely not. I don't want to come back with no
Yeah,
run
you're
support.
looking
Are you
August.
kidding me?
You're looking August, September before he even comes up.
Yeah.
By then,
Yeah. Let me come back off Tommy John and then
Yeah.
proceed to get no run support. That way, when I opt out, inevitably, I don't get paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you,
Yeah,
I
no
think
thanks.
the smart play here is to not pitch him this year and
And make him agree to that mutual option.
come back for another year so we get a full season of
Keep
his
coming
pitching.
up with excuses like you do with your prospects not to bring them up.
Because he could show up in September, pitch 3
I'm
games.
getting angry.
He could show up in
I gotta take it
September,
easy.
pitch 3 games, look good, and walk. I mean,
Wow.
so I don't know if I'd even let him pitch, to be honest with you, at this point. I'd rather see him for a full season in a Guardians uniform, a full final season, than pitch 3 games and walk.
Let's continue with the depression. Trevor Steffen and Paul Sewald, they're both in Akron right now. Paul Sewald wasn't that great before he got hurt. I don't know what you're going to get out of him. I'm hoping he's a little more consistent. And Trevor Steffen topped out at 92. So
It's not.
Well,
the
it's
best.
his comeback,
Not
though.
looking great.
It's his comeback.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Give him a
been
chance.
Out, he's been out for a while.
Yeah, give him a chance.
And he was definitely throwing hard.
But you know what?
92
To be totally honest,
before the injury.
it can't hurt to have 2 more arms in the bullpen.
No.
It just, I mean,
I don't know.
I'm just saying they're not going to be replacing Matt Festa, considering he throws
throws
every
every
single
day.
night.
Festa throws every night.
Anyway,
Keep
moving
moving.
on. Travis Bazzana. He's not playing yet either.
I think he's going to get shut down.
He has progressed to baseball activities as of last week in Arizona.
No, I think they want to play some games this fall.
He's going to
really do.
play.
But they're not going to have him play 3 weeks of Double A and then not play again the rest of the year. I don't think they're going to do that.
Maybe they send him to AAA.
I would send him to AAA. Like, there's no reason. Number one, we've said this. We've said this on previous shows. There is zero reason to not send him to AAA. He should be. If he comes back from this injury and plays in any games at all, it should be in AAA like it's a rehab assignment.
Well, let's just talk about this for 1 second because we did gloss over this. It's kind of an important thing going on right now. Gabriel Arias went down with an injury, which some say there could be structural damage. The X-rays were negative, but they still have to get the MRI.
He had to get carted off.
It looked painful. I don't know what's going to happen from here, but even if it's a sprain, he's going to be out for 6 weeks. You're not going to play on a sprained ankle. So, Rocchio was held out of the AAA lineup. I'm assuming that's the corresponding move, which it should be Juan Brito, because it makes no sense to bring back somebody who is going to give you nothing.
It should be getting out, but
now that's what I wanted to get to. That's kind of what I wanted to get to is Angel Hanao has a chance to go to AAA now. Yeah. I really, really hope that they do it. I don't think they're going to, but man, this is your opportunity.
This is where our front office gets the failing grade, though. This is where they'd rather maintain control of a young super talent. They have the
chance.
Instead of moving him up. He should already be in AAA, and quite frankly, as soon as Arias went down, he should have been the call-up. So it's a mistake that that's not happening. It's a mistake that he's in AA and not capable of jumping into these games now.
Well, regardless, whatever happens at this point. I mean, it is what it is. We're all already depressed. Moving on. Travis Bazzana, it still looks like he's a few weeks away from being ready to play again. So, yeah, we're probably looking at a mid-August, maybe beginning of August.
Yeah, August, September.
Which is a fine timeline.
But he should be in AAA.
You might as well take your time on him this year. Honestly, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Just get healthy because we know what he's going to be. He's going to find success by any means necessary. So that's just who he is. John Means, there was a little bit of an update on him. Began throwing off the mound a little over a week ago. They're looking at a late August, early September return, which doesn't really make sense to me. How many spot starts do you want to give this guy?
I mean, we have his team option, though.
The odds right now are that you're not making the playoffs.
No, probably not.
So what is he going to get? 3 starts?
Yeah, he's another guy. I'd hold him out until next year.
He can pitch because we have his option.
He can throw. He's with us next year.
Why risk it? I'd rather him be ready to go for a full season next year. I'd rather be ready to go. Go for a full spring training.
The slightest setback for John Means, you shut him down.
Yeah.
Because he's opening day next year. He has a chance. Well, not opening day because that's Tanner Bybee, but he has a chance to be.
I don't know if
you're number 3 or number 2.
Yeah.
I don't know if opening day next year will be Tanner Bybee.
It could be Luis Ortiz.
I think
it could be Slade Ciccone.
It could be Shane Bieber.
Well, they have to agree to the mutual option.
Yeah.
No, they will though.
It's going to be difficult. It's going to be tough.
We'll see.
Well, this is going to be a huge month for that to figure that out. Juan Brito, 879 OPS in 19 games in AAA. And I don't know, should I jump off the roof? Maybe. At this point, Juan Brito, what else does he have to prove?
Nothing. He's got 1,600, 1,700 at bats in the minor leagues. He should be up.
Just end of story.
He should be up trying to help our major league team win a game.
Get a hit. He should be your everyday second baseman.
Single hit. That's what he should be up here helping.
It's just wild to me. CJ Cave is hitting 303 with a 959 OPS. He's on pace for 30 home runs this year. I'm glad he's doing it in AAA, though.
Yeah.
So I would not want to see him in the big leagues. I couldn't even imagine.
My one problem with that stat line is Columbus is definitely...
Oh, it's a hitter's park.
No, but it's a left-handed hitter's park.
Sure. Absolutely.
The right center field gap is like 330.
Absolutely. But
it's really bad.
Those home runs being doubles, it's not so shady.
No, it's not too bad. But
yeah, listen, I'm all about him. I think he should be up. We don't have anybody else hitting. Why would he not come up?
Did I say too shady? I meant
what has
shabby.
He done?
Too shady.
Slim shady.
What has he done in the minors that told you, wow, we shouldn't bring this guy up? He needs a cook for a little longer in the oven.
He has to play corner outfield.
Makes no sense.
He doesn't learn right field. He has to learn left field.
He's never seen outfield grass before coming to America.
I've never seen him drop. I haven't seen him drop a ball yet. So we'll see.
Well,
It's the balls you don't drop, though.
yeah,
Dad.
it's the ones that you catch that you have to work on.
I know all about it. R.I.P. Lefty.
Anyway, moving way on from there. Chase DeLauder. Let's talk about Chase DeLauder because we don't do that enough. He's reached base in every single game he's played since he came back. Weird. I don't know. I couldn't even. I would hate to see that in the big leagues. Ugh, that's a stinker of a.
Yeah, listen, again,
Hitting 311 with a 949 OPS.
another guy who should already be up. Like, we're
10
just
extra
wasting.
base hits. 10 extra. This is okay.
He has nothing left to work
This
on
is
in
the
AAA.
one.
So you can keep saying he has to work on stuff, or we need him to do this.
Well,
but those
so
are just excuses to
What
try to
Antonetti said at the
maintain
press conference
player
is
control. That's all it is.
He
It is
finally
excuse.
feels healthy.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Listen, whatever Anthony said doesn't matter. It's your business plan. We get it.
Hey, I don't really like you talking about my friend
Dude.
Chris Antonetti
Didn't we
like
take
that.
this guy out of
Get him
here?
outta here.
What the?
Get him out of here.
But the bottom line is Antonetti is making a mistake. Period. There's no question about it.
And now DeLauder's not going
his-
to be up until
his
August.
ego is in the way now of a great player coming up and being able to play great.
So-
he's controlling that now, trying to control the narrative and the money, and he's wasting. He's hurting Jose's career. He's hurting Jose's winning percentage on the field because his ego is in line instead of doing the right thing with DeLauder.
After DeLauder hit the home run off of Kenta Maeda.
Who hasn't pitched great?
No, I agree. But he took it to opposite field. It wasn't hit overly hard. 98 off the bat. It went 370, I believe,
but
something
he's a
like that.
big dude.
And listen, for
He's a
those
big boy. My Matt Dallas, who I'm sure a lot of you know, he's very active on social media. He sent me a message, and he said, the fact that he chases less than Soto but swings 10 percentage points more on pitches in the zone is bananas. And yes, in
Bananas.
fact, it is. It is bananas.
no, listen, the reality
What
of
a
DeLauder.
what a ridiculous stat to even think about.
Yeah, the reality of DeLauder is we know he's going to be a good player. He has confidence. He plays with confidence. Do I think he's going to come up in his first 2 months and be an all-star? No.
It doesn't matter,
It doesn't
though.
matter, though. It's getting a guy like that into the lineup
Getting his
and
feet
getting
wet.
him ready to
Better
go so
than
he can
Lane
be
Thomas.
that complimentary star
go down
to
the
Jose.
list.
Yeah.
Go down the list.
Better
Somebody
than Lane
better
Thomas,
than
Jonathan
insert name
Rodriguez,
here.
Nolan Jones.
We have Steven Kwan. We have Jose Ramirez.
They're locked in.
Okay.
They're locked in. They're all stars.
You need to put pieces with them that can help, that can be complementary, that can hit, that can one day be as good as they are. And we have guys, and we're just not utilizing them.
It's unbelievable. Quick shout out. I just want to do this before we wrap it up. Quick shout out to our week 2 giveaway winner on Twitter at guarddog_, GUARDDAWG_.
That's complicated. Who made that up?
You know, I don't know. I'm sure it's some Browns thing, I guess. Go figure, those Browns fans. If that's you, please shoot me a message. You can find me on Twitter at Don't Mess It Up and at DH_guards, or you can leave a comment on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts to claim your prize, which was the Gavin Williams autograph. So congratulations.
I have some autographs if you guys want them.
Congratulations
Let's see.
on
Let
that.
me see some
Zian's,
Oh,
Zian's
yeah.
giving
Here
his
we go.
autographs away.
Let's go over this one real quick. This will be an interesting one. He's over at the shelf. He's pulling down some cards. Let's see. What do we
I
got?
got a Bowman first, George Valera.
Hey.
I got a Top's Finest autograph, Francisco Mejia.
Ooh.
Mejias.
At one point thought of as the greatest catcher in the history of forever.
I have an autographed Andrew Miller, but it's actually good.
Okay, that's pretty
really
sweet,
good. That's a pretty
actually.
good one.
That's a good one.
I got
Is he in a Guardian or Indians
I
uniform?
got a autographed Bowman first, Framil Reyes.
Ooh.
Fran Mill,
Hey.
All right,
Japanese
stat.
legend.
Japanese superstar.
There's only what is it? There's 5 hitters in the Pacific League right now with an OPS above 800, and I think Freeman was one of them.
Is Oscar Gonzalez the other one?
No.
Ah, man.
But the baseball. Oh, other good fun fact: Trevor Bauer got released by the Bay Stars.
Hey, we love to see it.
He all of
You love to
MPB
see
and
it.
ERA. He led all of MPB and ERA.
Couldn't happen. Couldn't happen to a nicer
man.
guy.
Nicer guy.
That's
Happened to a nicer
unfortunate. What a great. See, we end on a positive
And
note.
on a positive.
And on a positive note. Thank you guys.
Karma comes back to get you.
You know, it always does. And it makes you feel good when you see it. Thank you guys so much for listening. Please like, subscribe, favorite, rate, or review, depending on your platform of choice. And don't be afraid to interact. You can find us on YouTube, Amazon, Spotify, Apple, or wherever else you listen to your podcasts. Check out our Week 3 giveaway on Twitter. The Week 3 prize will be revealed on Monday. So if you're listening on Tuesday, you should probably get on Twitter and check that out because you're already behind schedule. So be on the lookout. Not much left to say about this team, but one thing is for sure. We're going to be tuning in for another week. So, you know, no matter how miserable it gets, we're going to be there. Until next time, have fun, stay safe, and as always, go Guards.
See ya.